No question, they've earned a place in the discussion of the league's best teams. I mean, now they've got one eye on the playoffs, so keep an eye on them.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. They've got Roy Hibbert, Lowry out there with Matthews. Then it's Paul George, and the foul called on Mr. Moves. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
And so it's Indiana with it. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And I know you guys saw him talking with the opposition at midcourt before the game. I got the feeling it wasn't exactly a friendly conversation.
I don't really have a problem with him chatting it up. I mean, I'm not a guy that endorses that, but I don't have a real issue with it either when you're going at an opposing star. But you better be able to back that talk up. You can't go running off at the mouth unless you can put some action and some numbers behind it.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
And Hibbert hits them both. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Gasol, a screen on Lowry. Shot off the screen, and again another basket good from Mr. Moves. Mr. Moves got his second basket of the night. Now here is Lowry. He had 19 points in the win against Orlando.
And his rebounding in that game, Kevin, just tremendous. He owned the boards.
And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Earlier I spoke with Frank Vogel. It's been a pretty even matchup against this team, at least so far this season, with a game going each way in their first two contests. And the key to them taking this one tonight, he said, is defense. We know they can score with anyone, and we're certainly capable of putting some points on the board when we need to. But we can't get into a barn burner shootout with them. We've got to slug it out, play some gritty D, and make them work for everything. Kevin, this should be a tough game.
All right, Doris, Stephen Clark, what's your take on coach's strategy here?
Well, I think he's got the primary focus right where it should be, on aggressive defense, getting stops, and trying to seize control of this game at that end of the floor.
Well, another way to say it, guys, is fighting fire with fire. High-powered offense against high-powered, intense defense. You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But, yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
Now George, after the missed three from Mr. Moves. Shot clock at 5. Fires the three. George, no good. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Mr. Moves. Off target from outside. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. There's the steal. Good work defensively by Lowry.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And so here is Indiana. George dishes to Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. Elbow shot. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Well, some of the numbers NBA wingmen have been putting up from the field this season are truly impressive. Have a look at the top shooters among them. The 4th spot held by Paul George.
And that tells you about those players' ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of shooting percentage.
But you also have to have an excellent outside shot, and all of them do it. Small forward, you have to be reliable from the perimeter as well.
Hibbert kicks to Lowry. Indiana again missing. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against Orlando.
Well, they owned the boards at both ends of the floor in that game. I thought that was what won it for them more than anything else.
Well, that was the one area they knew they could exploit in the matchup, and boy, did they ever exploit it.
Here's Mr. Moves. He squares up and sinks it. Mr. Moves got his third basket of the night.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Let's see what you got, son.
Oh, I got plenty.
The Bulls leading by 4. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Butler. Aguilar passes to Butler. With 2 seconds left, Green for 2 points. Butler's got his first points of the night.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Bulls.
Friday, March 17th, Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks go up against the Chicago Bulls. Be there.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, so far from the Bulls.
The defense was really impressive there, guys, in that first quarter. They came out focused right from the beginning.
And, Steve, that's a big part of why they're on top right now.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Chicago right now, Mr. Moves in at point guard. Jimmy Butler is out there with Taj Gibson, and it's Aguilar at the 2-guard position. Offensive rebound. Teletovic dishes to Hill. Pass to Young. Indiana moving it around. Down low. Here's Cohen. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Both teams deciding to change it up, and he's got his first chance at the line here.
And for him, so far this season, he's shooting 83% from the free throw line. Those are outstanding numbers.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin, Mr. Moves in that last game against the Magic delivered quite a performance. He ended up with 50 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. It was a performance for the ages and one that will have the whole league talking.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
I agree with you there. I mean, he obviously hit on something that brought out the best in him, and you can be sure he's going to take the exact same approach in this one.
Definitely. And as confident a player as he already was, now he's got to be feeling absolutely unstoppable.
Oh, with that last huddle, you could see the coach was addressing how they were going to make a tactical adjustment.
And after the coach does something like that, it's on the players now to lock in and follow the lead and execute. If they don't, then the coach will put them on the pile.
Pacers trail by 8. Lowry with the ball. Now guarded by Mr. Moves. Lowry kicks to Teletovic. Four on the shot clock. Here's Matthews. Passes to Teletovic. Feeds to Lowry. To the inside. Teletovic's shot is good.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
So both teams changing it up here. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Chicago. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly. The last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And checking out Indiana, just a couple spots back.
Checking out Chicago, they've been taking care of business all season long and very much looking forward to the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, the regular season is a marathon. They've tallied a great record to this point, but really, it's all about positioning and preparing themselves for the postseason.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Pass to George. Back to Lowry. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Noah.
And that's a shot you can't pass up. He should knock that down.
From 15 feet away, and it's Chicago scoring again.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Pacers trail by 10. Lowry kicks to George. George double teamed. Matthews, no one around him, cans it from downtown. Matthews has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Bulls have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Lowry brings the double. Dishes to Noah. The pass to Mr. Moves. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Lowry with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. 3-pointer. The shot by Lowry, no good. The Bulls leading by 7. Here's Mr. Moves. The rebound by Paul George.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And a look at the top 3-point shooting small forwards this season in the NBA. Every wingman should have that shot in his arsenal, and these guys certainly do. The 4th spot held by Paul George.
And you've got a dilemma when it comes to any of the guys on this list. Stay uptight on them on the perimeter and risk them blowing by you, or back off and give up the 3.
As well as they shoot it from out there, Steve, you know, I'd take option number 1 and hope for some help if they get by me. Because you give him room near the arc, and they'll make you regret it.
And here is Hill after the 3-pointer for Mr. Moves. Here's Young. Chicago grabs the miss. Butler's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Mr. Moves. True on the 14-footer. And now a 12-point Bulls lead.
You know, usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks. But that's not the case here.
No, not at all. They're putting this run together with a lot of mid-range jump shots. So seeing a pretty good display of marksmanship right now.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
He kicks to Rose. They get it again. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gasol's got the lead up to 12 now for the Bulls.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Now here is Hill. An 11-point game for him in the win against Orlando. And Young, here we go. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
And the Bulls making a change here. Gibson's checked in. Indiana shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And the team free throw numbers for this club this season, very impressive. About 80% from the line.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Here's Mr. Moves. This game an incredible scoring display for him. Pacers trail by 12. Outside Hill. Here's George. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
You don't see the wide-open fadeaway shot too often.
Now here's Rose. Here's Mr. Moves. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
How about that one? A perfect finish to the half for them to tack another 3 points onto their lead.
And that does it for the first half of play. It's Chicago. They lead by 13. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sidelines. Doris?
Well, Coach Vogel, a tough go.